a slightly different style video. It's not a travel vlog. I thought that now that I've been posting on YouTube for about a year and have been able to connect with a few of you both in the comments of my other vlogs and also on Instagram, I thought this would be a good time to make one about who I am, about me, so you guys can sort of understand a bit more of my story and understand the girl behind the camera of all the travel vlogs. So what I've done is I've put together a list of my favorite questions, both from the ones I received from you guys on Instagram DM and also a few that I got off of ChatGPT because I needed some ideas. And yeah, so it's about 20 questions. Some of them are questions about my background, about why I make my travel videos, where I want to go next, my travel bucket list, but also a few like quick fire questions, like guilty pleasure snacks and childhood pets, favorite movies, etc. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is an easy one. Who am I and where am I from? So hi, I'm Camilla. I am 24. I actually just turned 24 a few days ago, and I am British and Italian. My father's Italian, my mother is half-half, so my sister and I sort of grew up speaking both languages around the house. I feel very lucky to be able to speak both languages. English is still my first language, but my family is basically all Italian, so I've had to learn how to speak that language as well since a young age. And yeah, I think that might also be why I love traveling so much, because since I was very young, I've sort of been split between both countries and both cultures, and so I feel like traveling is sort of very much intertwined in my story and into my upbringing. Okay, so question number 2. Why do I create my travel videos? So for anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm very big on memory keeping, nostalgia. I'm quite creative. I love to journal as well in my free time, but I've actually always made these travel videos after going on a family trip or a holiday with friends. I just love the idea of putting together a little summary of the holiday and having a digital diary or a place where I can go back and rewatch and relive all the amazing experiences I've been so lucky to have so far. And with YouTube, I love the idea of sort of putting together a little time capsule of everything, not only for me for when I'm older to look back on, but also hopefully to connect with a few like-minded people and inspire someone else, and also just show off like the beauty of the world, because our world is so stunning and it deserves to be explored. Okay, so moving on now to question 3. What's been your favorite video to make so far? Ooh, that's a really hard one because they've all been so much fun and all the trips have been just so special in their own right. But I have to say probably my top 3, without a doubt, are Australia, Vietnam and Thailand. Being able to go on those trips with Kintiki, which was sort of solo traveling but with a travel company, and being able to meet so many amazing people along the way, and also took off so many bucket list items like scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef in Australia and seeing the elephants in Thailand. Being able to feed them and bathe them and play with them was, oh my god, one of the best days of my life ever. Also, going bamboo river rafting was so awesome. It's just, there are so many memories and just too many to count and to mention. This video would take so long if I mentioned everything. But yeah, I definitely think that Australia, Vietnam and Thailand are definitely up there, and I'd love to go back to Southeast Asia and explore other countries like Malaysia and Singapore and Laos, Cambodia. Question 4. What has been the craziest thing you have experienced so far on your travels? Okay, I have to say scuba diving again, that's definitely up there, but also trying the longest and the highest zip wire in Southeast Asia was so much fun. That was in Thailand, and it was the Hong Kong zip line. Watch the Thailand vlog if you want to know a bit more about that. But that was so cool and so much fun being able to try the longest and the highest zip line in Asia. And okay, this hasn't actually been a video vlog yet, but before I started YouTube, I was also able to go to Dubai and try hot air ballooning over the desert, and that is definitely an experience I'll never forget. Being able to watch the sunrise from high up in the air on a hot air balloon was so unbelievably special. Okay, next one. Do I have any pets? I used to have pets. I love animals. I'm very big on animals. I used to have a dog and 2 guinea pigs, but sadly they've all passed away now. But they lived long lives. Both guinea pigs lived till they were about like 6 or 7, and I had my amazing dog until he was 15. He passed away 2 years ago, and he was a golden Labrador called Max. I actually have a photo of him. He is my phone screensaver. So yeah, that's a little photo of him, of Maxie. And I actually have this bracelet with his name with his name on it because I was so unbelievably close to him. I adored him, and yeah, carry this bracelet with his name on it with me always and everywhere. Next question, go to comfort food or guilty pleasure snack. Okay, I have quite a few actually, and I also have a massive sweet tooth, so anything like chocolatey I just love and adore and will binge eat. But I also love crisps. I think my favorite flavors are salt and vinegar crisps and prawn cocktail. Oh my god, I could literally eat an entire packet. And there's also these pretzels that are like sour cream and try pretzels that I used to be obsessed with when I was at school. So yeah, I'd also definitely always be up for having a packet of those. Okay, favorite movie or TV show. Okay, now this is a very hard one for me to answer because I'm a big Netflix watcher, and I'm usually the person that that friends and family come to when they need movie or TV show recommendations. I think in terms of like comedy shows, I absolutely love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Big Bang Theory, Psych, Friends. Like Friends is such a big comfort show for me. But I'm also a big fan of sort of drama and dystopian style movies. I am obsessed with Maze Runner, Hunger Games. I love rewatching them. Also big Harry Potter fan. I also really enjoy Stranger Things. I'm really looking forward to the new season of that, which should be out very soon. I also love Modern Family, How I Met Your Mother. There are so many out there that I really enjoy. But yeah, those are just a few. What's a song you've had on repeat recently? Actually quite a few artists I really enjoy listening to. When I was younger, I was a massive fangirl of Shawn Mendes. I still really love his music and think he's a great artist, but unfortunately haven't really kept up to date with his songs. I actually should probably go back and explore some of his more recent songs, but more recently, it's not really like a song in particular, but I love listening to Noah Kahan, Dermot Kennedy, Tate McRae. I used to be a dancer, as in like dancing at school and stuff, and I think like her music is just like so fun to sort of choreograph to. I also really love Teddy Swims and Benson Boone, and was actually able to see both of them in concert recently. They both have such an amazing stage presence. And in terms of international music, because I also love listening to Italian, of course, and French as well music, because I studied French when I was at school and also up to university, and was able to speak a little bit of French as well. I love listening to Ultimo, Fabrizio Moro, Lorenzo Fragola, and Maneskin. And Maneskin, I think, won Eurovision, if I remember correctly, back in 2021. And in terms of French music, I really love Amir and Louane. Louane, in fact, represented France in this year's Eurovision. And yeah, I just think Amir and Louane are such talented singers. Okay, moving on now to the quickfire question portion of the video. Sweet or savory food? Okay, again, I have a massive sweet tooth, so I love anything chocolatey, but also love the occasional sort of savory, salty snack. So while I love and I'm always up for having both, probably sweet wins. Okay, favorite meal. Okay, so being Italian, I love lasagna. I also love this dish that my mum does so well called melanzana alla parmigiana, which is basically sort of like aubergine with like mozzarella and tomato. I always feel like it tastes like a pizza, so it's just like a healthy sort of pizza. And then, okay, this is slightly embarrassing because being Italian, but I love mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is such a guilty pleasure of mine, but it's quite ironic because I am lactose intolerant, so also not the best meal for me to have. Favorite sport I like to play. Okay, so recently we've been very into paddle, but I also love to dance and ski, and I always find ice skating is so much fun, even though I'm very, very bad at it. Did you play any instruments? Yes, I actually used to play the piano when I was a kid. Was able to go up until like grade 4, but then when GCSEs and exams hit, and I just had a lot going on with dance and everything, it was just a lot. I had to choose something to give up, and unfortunately I decided to give up piano, but I do regret it. And now that I have a bit more free time on my hands, I would love to hopefully relearn how to play the piano one day. Favorite season? Ooh, I love summer because I love obviously the beach vibes and like beach club, sunset, cocktail in your hand, but also skiing is one of my favorite things ever. So I also love winter in that sense because I love the snow. It's hard to pick one. Yeah, maybe summer more. Okay, my star sign, I am a Gemini. Introvert or extrovert? I think I'm an extroverted introvert in that I love socializing, I love going out, I love hanging out with my friends, but I also really value my own time and you know, my own peace. So I feel like, yeah, extroverted introvert, I think, is the best way to describe it. Pancakes or waffles? I love both, but I feel like I have pancakes more often, so probably pancakes. Painting or photography? Okay, so I can't draw to save my life, so probably photography. I did go through a phase where I loved photography and got a camera, and I still love even now like going to the park nearby and taking photos of like nature, of like flowers, birds, but also of like family and friends. Sunrise or sunset? Okay, sunset probably, but also I don't really see many sunrises, so I should probably see more sunrises because I am more of a night owl than an early bird. But yeah, probably sunset. Comfy pajamas or stylish outfits? I love comfy pajamas, but I also think it's so fun to dress up every now and then and sort of go out. Probably stylish clothes. Drive or be driven? Okay, this is easy. I love driving, definitely driving all the time, always. Tea or coffee? Okay, I don't really drink coffee, although I do love coffee flavored things. Like I love coffee flavored chocolate and cakes, but I don't really drink that much coffee, so probably tea. But actually, I'm not really a big tea drinker either. So yeah, but maybe leaning more towards tea. Moving on now to the final question. What is next on your travel list? So I mentioned earlier that I'd love to go back to Southeast Asia and explore more of what Southeast Asia has to offer. But I'd also really love to go to South America. I'd love to visit Peru, Brazil, Argentina, Chile. I think they are super interesting cultures with incredible people and super scenic landscapes that I'd love to see, like, you know, Machu Picchu. Also Japan I've heard is really cool, and I'd love to try skiing in Japan. I've seen some videos actually on Instagram of what the snow is like and what skiing is like over there. And I'm just so jealous, and as a massive ski fan, I'd love to try that. And also more in Europe though, I'd also like to explore a bit more of Europe. I'd love to go to like Berlin, Prague, Budapest. I actually just got back from a trip with my family, which was sort of happened to also fall on my birthday, but wasn't explicitly a birthday trip, but in Stockholm. And that was so cool, going to Sweden for the first time. I'd never been to any like Scandinavian country, and trying some of the Swedish food over there was super fun. And yeah, I will be posting that vlog very soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for my Stockholm travel vlog. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching. If you guys have any other questions you'd like me to answer or anything that I haven't mentioned yet, feel free to sort of comment them below and I will try to answer them as quick as I can. And yeah, if you want to follow along on my journey, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.